So tomorrow is the big day. It is the big day, and it is going to be the first time Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever match up against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The trilogy. Well, actually, you're going to play against each other 100 more times. Well, not literally. You're going to play against each other another probably 30 times over their careers. Hopefully, at some stage, play with each other. That would be incredible. But yeah, it's going to be their first WNBA game. And look, it's going to be the biggest WNBA game and NBA game in history viewership-wise, more than likely. Before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 5,000 as soon as possible. And right now, somehow we're less than 500 away. If we can somehow hit that by tomorrow, it'd be crazy. And also, lads, please do subscribe. I will be doing a watch-along for the game. Don't worry, I am currently in France. I will be back in Ireland tomorrow for a watch-along for that big game. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. So, the Fever have been terrible. The Chicago Sky have been okay. That's basically the breakdown of how their seasons have been. Like, the Sky they've had a few not great losses, but they've had a few where they're like, when they played the Storm, like, yeah, the Storm comfortably beat the Fever, but also the Fever were a lot closer for a lot longer against the Storm than the Sky were against the Storm. But then the Sky had looked like they were going to blow out the Sparks. The Sparks pulled it back, and the Sky won by a little bit in the end. So there's not enough of it. I think fully healthy, this is a ball game. Like, this genuinely is a ball game. I think fully healthy, there is, like, it's going to be tough to call a winner in this game, just because, well, of how good Caitlin Clark's guard play is. That's the only reason I would say it would be tough to call, because as far as matchups go, I think Angel Reese eats either of Nalissa Smith. Maybe. I was about to say, she definitely eats Aliyah Boston alive. Aliyah Boston is not quick enough to beat Angel Reese, to be able to guard Angel Reese. She's going to be in foul trouble. Nalissa Smith, I don't know. And if they put Katie Lou on the floor against Angel Reese, every single, like, if you're the Chicago Sky, just keep missing. Just keep chucking. Doesn't matter. Angel Reese getting every single offensive board. On the defensive end, the Sky, I think they're going to find it tough to match up with Clark. I actually think they are. Like, I think they're going to start, if they do send a lot of those double teams and blitzes, I think Angel Reese is going to be very effective on that. But you're leaving kind of Elizabeth Williams and Diamond DeShields if Angel Reese is being pulled out. You're leaving Angel Reese and Elizabeth Williams, like, in a situation. You're leaving her and, like, Diamond DeShields in a situation where they're protecting in the basket. And if the Fever are actually hitting shots, they're extremely dangerous, because if you don't blitz that screen with Clark, she's going to be able to take to the basket. And, like, as great as Angel Reese is as a defender, she hasn't blocked a shot yet this year. So if Caitlin Clark's able to turn that corner, like Magbador, I'm struggling to pronounce her name, but she blocked Caitlin Clark. Cameron Brink was altering shots. And if you looked at the game yesterday, one thing Caitlin Clark did a lot better was when she kind of jump stopped and tried to shoot the floaters. Look, she's not able to do it, and she'll make more of them this year. There was one where she kind of just she drove left and tried to take a layup, and just basically, instead of going like under on one side of the rim, just kind of tried to put it up on the rim, above the rim. Didn't go in. No defender anywhere near her. So she's at least trying. And the turnovers she got against Sparks when she got caught in no man's land, she didn't pick up her dribble. She kept her dribble going a few times yesterday. So her overall game is going to be good. And they're in a tough situation, because if Clark's able to turn that corner going downhill to her right, like, Elizabeth Williams is not a good enough shot blocker. Angel Reese has not blocked a shot this year to really stop Caitlin Clark getting to the basket. And then if their help comes in, the ball's going to be kicked, and it's literally just a case of whether or not Wallace, Hull, Mitchell can hit wide open shots. So I think they're going to be quite hard to stop on the offensive end, because as great as Angel Reese is on the defensive end, she's not going to be guarding Caitlin Clark. She's done an unbelievable job at those mobile 3-4 hybrids. She's done an unbelievable job on them. Like you saw even yesterday, she was plus 17 on the floor. You know, she was in foul trouble. She got a couple of boards, only 6 points. Like, statistically one of her worst games, but she had a good game. She had a really good game. But I can see the Sky maybe struggling a little bit at times to deal with Caitlin Clark, and just if the rest of the team are hitting and they're able to run, it's going to be a tough one. And the Sky are less likely to just heat up, just light teams up like other teams have been to the Fever. Teams are absolutely lighting them up. But the problem is that the Sky are also the best offensive rebounding team the Fever are playing against. They have, if Aaliyah Boston is not on the floor, and if Melissa Smith's not on the floor, if they're not running both of them, they're going to give up an offensive rebound in every second possession. Like, they're going to have to be very reliant on Caitlin Clark running in and getting boards from the guard position, which I don't think she can compete with Angel Reese for that. I think it's going to be a really big game for Reese. I think we see her setting her season high. I think maybe 15 points for her. I think she could have a 15-point double-double if we're being honest. That is just with how badly the Fever are as far as defensive rebounding is concerned. I think she can do that. I think we're a lot more likely to see with the way the teams play Boston in foul trouble than Reese in foul trouble. And if Aaliyah Boston or Alyssa Smith get in foul trouble, the Fever are screwed. As far as the other players for the Sky, like Mabry had a bad game against the Storm. She then came out and hit 6 threes in the first 3 quarters against the Sparks. Like Diamond Shields can play, Carter can play. They have players at a similar talent level to the Fever, but in fairness, like the Fever serious talent level, they're starting 5 as 2 number 1 picks and 2 number 2 picks. It's just the problem with the Fever is that they've got no dogs. They don't play defense. They don't put in, like, there's no dogs on that team. There's no one to put in effort. There's no one to just clamp up a player. There's no one that goes and puts in the extra effort to get a rebound. Temi Fagbenle might have been the only player that was like that I would consider in that mold, but she's out injured. Whereas Chicago Sky, that's what their team is. There's a reason why they were expected to finish last place. Because talent-wise, nothing like springs out as unbelievably talented. And like, look, I think Angel Reese is brilliant. She's my favorite rookie. Caitlin Clark is Rookie of the Year. Don't use team record against them. Caitlin Clark is having a historically great rookie year. But that doesn't mean Angel Reese isn't a winner. It doesn't mean Angel Reese isn't incredible. But like at the end of the day, like, look, I get it. A lot of people prefer Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark. She is the best of the best when it comes to being a role. She might be the best of the best when it comes to being a role player. But you've got someone being double teamed 3/4 court and still having a historically great rookie year as an individually. Like, Angel Reese incredible, but look, Caitlin Clark is almost certainly going to be Rookie of the Year unless she falls off a cliff or gets injured. But either way, Angel Reese absolutely incredible. And Cardoso coming back is an interesting one because I'm saying it like, oh yeah, Elizabeth Williams isn't that like rim protector. Yeah, well, Cardoso's 6'7", huge. And we saw at times when Caitlin Clark struggled a little bit with Yeru. Actually, to be fair, Caitlin Clark didn't really struggle with Yeru, but she's a lot better than Yeru. Let's be real. But at the same time, when it comes to Cardoso, maybe Aaliyah Boston knows how she's going to play. Maybe she knows her tendencies when the two of them playing with South Carolina together. Maybe Aaliyah Boston's able to pull her out a little bit because she's been shooting the ball really well in the last couple of games. I don't know, but it's going to be very interesting to see how she gets on in her first game back, or how much even the Sky play her. Are they going to sit her? Are they going to play her a couple of minutes? Because she has the potential to be just dominant. She has the potential to be absolutely dominant. For people saying like, oh, when she's there, it's going to make things easier for Angel Reese because Angel Reese is getting triple teamed. And Angel Reese is getting triple teamed because of her rebounding. Like, all those pictures of 4 people surrounding Angel Reese is on a putback. Because they know Angel Reese is not passing that ball. Like, she's shooting like 30% from the field. There's a big difference between being double teamed at half court and being double teamed standing under the basket for a layup when you're known for missing through contact, especially this year. But it'll be interesting to see because how the two of those play together. I think Angel Reese, I've said it, her best position is at that 5 where she can use her speed advantage. A lot of people are saying she's a 4. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it'll be tough for Cardoso to break into that starting lineup because of how well Williams and Reese are playing together. And I think you can make an argument that either or are outplaying the other one in that lineup. But I do think for Angel Reese's defense, she probably will end up keeping that starting spot. But it's going to be a really interesting game because the only chance the Fever have is if Wallace remembers she's Kirstie Wallace and starts hitting some shots. If Mitchell gets the ball and either shoots or 1-2 dribbles, uses their speed to the basket and doesn't go hezzy, tween, step back, run to the basket, miss the layup. If Aaliyah Boston, remember, like, stays out of foul trouble, if Nalissa Smith does what she did last night, and then you're also going to need Lexi Hull to shoot some shots. You're going to need... Grace Berger did fine at the point guard position. They just really struggled defensively when she was on the floor. And you're going to need to rebound the defensive end and pray that the Sky don't get hot so that you can go out and run. That's basically it. If the Fever are able to run, if they're able to control the defensive boards and the Sky don't shoot well, the Fever can win this game. Otherwise, I give it to the Sky. The Sky, they are the much better team and they are dogs. If this game is close, the Sky are going to win. If this game is close down the stretch, the Sky just put in that extra effort. I can see them running a little bit more for Angel Reese, looking for her a little bit more. Because, like, look, she doesn't... For people saying, oh, she doesn't really get the ball much, that's her game. That was a lot of her game at LSU, was just kind of living off scraps. Like, I know she got the ball a bit, but she still... A lot of her scores came off offensive boards. And she gets fouled a lot. She lives at the line. And if she's able to draw fouls on the bigs, it's over. It's absolutely over. Like, if Indiana have to go small while Angel Reese is on the floor, they're giving up an offensive rebound every single possession, and it's going to be scary. I don't know how Cardoso gets on, really. I'd be interested to see how much they play her, but this is going to be I would say it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be a blowout win for Chicago. I think the only chance is if Indiana build up an early lead and don't blow the lead. I think that is the only chance for this game, because we've seen it in games where Indiana have had a deficit early in the game. They spend all their energy. Like, they go on massive... Like, Indiana, every game, have gone on a huge run. And the problem is that when they go on that huge run, it takes a lot of energy out of them. And a lot of the time, that run is to get back in the game when they're down big. And then energy's gone, the other team just pulls away. And it's not even half the time of a run. It's just Indiana slow down, and it's just 2-0 run or 4-0 run, score, 6-0 run, score. And suddenly it's a 15-point game and it's over. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.